privilege beginning to personally know many of these people, their stories, their sacrifice, their perseverance, their joy, their strength. We've learned about their sons, the type of people they were, fathers, sons, and brothers. And we've learned the impact of them no longer being here. And what we have learned now gives this crew a strength we did not have before. To Maureen, Dan, and John, and all the families, you know as well as I do, you are now our family, our team. This ship and your crew is your family. This ship is different. Continued with the naming of this ship in 2008, and as the workers of Bath Iron Works began construction. The Bath Iron shipbuilder is like no other. I cannot aptly explain it unless you have been there. These are skilled, tough, caring shipbuilders, men and women that have earned their reputation over the past centuries as being the best at what they do. You can see it in their eyes, the pride they have in their craft, building ships as if their sons and daughters sailed on them, with the total understanding that these ships must have the strength to be ready for battle. But as they constructed this great ship you see before you today, there was something else. Something that drove them to do it even better, put more effort and care into it than normal. I've heard it from Jeff Geiger. I saw it day in, day out on the deck plates of the ship for 2 years at BIW. The ship is different. Continued with the assignment of the USS Michael Murphy crew, 290 strong. Behind me are our nation's best. I've been lucky enough to lead them, but more important, learn and be inspired by them. These young men and women, each and every one of them, follow and uphold our Navy's core values: honor, courage, commitment. They want to make a difference for themselves, but more than that, they want to make a difference for this ship and for this country. You see sailors before you like Cryptologic Technician Petty Officer Joshua Ward, a former Army combat medic. Chief Petty Officer Adam Congello, a local New Yorker from the Bronx, joining the Navy based on his motivation for the tragic events of 9/11. Electricians made fireman Jerry Robinson. Dad was a 23-year Seabee, Mom was in the Army. He just wants to keep learning more. Gunner's Mate Petty Officer Daniel Green, just back from a year in Afghanistan, now ready to do whatever he can for this ship. Fire Controlman Petty Officer Felicia Guerra, two sisters in the Navy, wants to keep making rate, one day go to college. Chief Petty Officer Gary Sacramento, immigrated from the Philippines when he was just 12, wants to train his sailors, have his division and this ship leave a legacy. Ensign Brian Holtz, following in his father's footsteps as a surface warfare officer. Stephen Christensen, doing all he can do to have his shot at BUDS and becoming a Navy SEAL. Seaman Recruit Stephen Martinez, one of the youngest people on this ship, who you heard before you at the beginning of this ceremony, honoring us with the national anthem. Fire Controlman Petty Officer Vitaly Ketzlak simply wants to be of service. And Fireman Howard Perrell, who doesn't want to let anyone down. For those that know me, they know I could go on forever, speak in depth about each and every one of these 290 officers and sailors of this ship. Trust me when I say they have delivered on every requirement and challenge up to this point. And to our operational commander in the ship's future home port of Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, Commodore Lovely, they always will. This is a crew I would take into battle against anyone. As is said in Hawaii, they are truly Nakoa o Kai, warriors from the sea. Because of this crew, this ship is different. It now continues here today at the commissioning of USS Michael Murphy. To the commissioning committee and support team who have helped us put this great event together. To New York City, to the New York Police Department and Fire Department who have supported us while we've been here. To all those that have supported us in the city. We are here today to celebrate the commissioning of the U.S. Navy's newest and best warship. A ship that is now fully ready for fleet operations to answer the call of our nation and be ready for battle. A ship and crew that is ready to uphold and continue the legacy of Lieutenant Murphy and his teammates. We are all here today because the ship is different. I will now end with what I feel is truly important. Like I said at the beginning, I will need everyone's help with this. SEALs in the audience know this tradition well, better than I probably ever will. It's a call that honors their teachers and instructors during the toughest moments of their training. It's a call that brings them together as a team, focuses them on the task at hand. It's a call that makes them one. This ship and crew have been lucky enough to have this tradition passed to us by Lieutenant Murphy's teammates still serving today. They have been gracious enough to allow us to use it. We are the only ship in the Navy that does this. It's something that this crew holds dear, since we know the importance and respect inherent in its calling. It's again what makes the ship different. It's the SEAL call, Booyah. Who knows when it first began, but the call is usually started by the person who initially sees the one to be honored. Perhaps pointing to them at as that person comes over a sandbar, down a hillside, or somewhere over the water. So I'd like for all of us here today to participate in this tradition to honor Lieutenant Murphy, this ship, and this crew. And for all of us to do this, I'll ask for everyone to please stand.